What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade SWV and Xscape Queens of R&B Season 1 Episode 4. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only and not to be taken seriously or literally, meaning my jokes. So if that works for you, let's get into this review. Okay, so this week's episode starts off with Taj and Coco working out together, and it's so good to see that their relationship has grown over the years, because I remember when SWV had their reality show back in the 2000s that, you know, her and Coco had a rough time. They did not get along for anything. And Taj talks about that in her confessional, about how they did not get along for most of their career and afterwards, and how they really had to work hard on their relationship and how things are so much better between them now. And I'm just happy to see it. Then we go over to our girl Lily, who's working on her audiobook, Sister Hot Coochie. And I was shocked to find out once she read a snippet to their manager that this audio book is literally about a woman from the church. That's why it's Sister. Was like, what? When she read that talking about the pastor in church, Peter Weeder hanging down to his thigh, and I'm like, wait a minute, Leanne, what is going on here? But I'm sure a lot of freaky church folks gonna buy it. Taj and Tamika discuss the staging and costumes for this potential show. And Tamika is just so creative and got so many ideas, and she's just so excited about this, and she really wants to see this happen. And I wanted to see it happen too. I think that this could have been legendary. I think this could have been huge. This could have been huge not only for them, but for the culture, for the fans. And it's just so sad that it did not work out. Tamika admits that this is something that Tasha normally does. Tasha normally is the one that figures out the set design and their costumes. It's her and Candy that normally do it, but now she's stepping up and doing it because, you know, pretty much nobody else was doing it, so why not me? You know what I'm saying? And just because somebody was doing it for so long don't mean that other people don't have an opinion, so I didn't see anything wrong with her doing it. The ladies then meet up at Taj's condo to discuss everything. And baby, Taj don't know how to have people over at all. This lady went to the deli and got a pack of ham, Oscar Mayer ham, honey, and a piece of cheese, some Kraft cheese, and put it on a plate, baby. But all the group members arrive and they sitting down, and Tamika brings with them this guy named Steve, who is a creative director. And they have come up with a whole visual presentation to show the girls. And right when Tamika is starting things off about the set design and everything, Coco was like, excuse me, have we decided about the headliner situation? Because we need to get that under wraps before we even do anything else. And, you know, the SWV girls was like, I feel like it needs to be a co-headlining situation. Tiny and Candy just sitting there. And so Coco was like, Candy, because, you know, Candy was the one that brought it up. So she was like, you know, whatever my group mates want to do, you know what I'm saying? Because she was the fall guy last time and everybody else was just kind of being quiet except for Tiny. So Tasha then jumps in and was like, it just needs to be co-headline. It just needs to be co-headline. And it's like, oh, so now you got an opinion on something. And even Candy was like, oh, well, look at Tasha speaking up for the group. And she was like, when we all discussed it, they said that they did not want to make it a co-headliner thing. But now that we sitting here, everybody on mute. And it's like they kind of use Candy as the fall guy, like I said, because she's the most vocal and really don't care about how people feel about her. But obviously this headliner thing is still going to be an issue for them. And it's ridiculous. Okay. So Tamika then goes on to show the set design and talk about all of her ideas. And she had some ideas, honey. Horses going across the stage, galloping, water, mud slides. Like, she had everything. And Tasha just sitting there looking like, I know this heifer did not step on my toes and take my job. And Candy in her confessional was like, Tasha and Steve used to communicate about the show stuff. So to see Tamika doing it, I know Tasha on the outside is, you know, keeping it calm and cool, but on the inside, she like, And you can tell that she had like an internal battle going on because she was 88 hot, honey, seeing that her sister was doing that. And she even said in her confessional times, I mean, it's fine if that's what she want to do. She done took everything else from me. She done took the sisterhood. No, love, you took the sisterhood away. Like nothing is ever this miserable heifer's fault. Oh my gosh, she is just horrendous. So Coco and her son and Tasha visit Candy at the studio to go over the set list. And they're talking about what songs the groups normally do and everything. And Candy asked Tasha, like, does she have an opinion on anything? Has she thought about this? And she was like, no. Every question, no, no, no. And so Coco was like, well, have you, even thought about the set list? And she was like, no, I haven't even put a lot of thought into this at all. And Coco was like, why? And she was like, I have a lot going on. Oh my God. Like, you don't need to have an opinion on nothing then. Since you can't never say nothing, you ain't never thought about nothing, you don't want to think about nothing. Like, why not just be honest to these people and let them know what you got going on instead of stringing people along and wasting their dang on time? But honestly, truly, I'm starting to get mad at Candy, Tiny, and Tamika because it's like, put y'all foot down as grown middle-aged women and tell her, okay, this is how it's going to be. And if you can't do that, then you need to skedaddle and it'll just be the three of us. You'll get kicked out the group, okay? David Ruffin, all right? So Candy sit down and talk to Don Juan about Tasha, piss poor attitude, and her basically kicking him to the curb because she got this solo deal going on that she don't even know that they know about, and how, history is repeating itself, and how she's basically trying to keep them as a safety net until she solidifies, this deal. And once again, why are y'all allowing her to do y'all like that? Set boundaries. Okay? 3 against 1. The majority rules. End of conversation. Lord. Coco and Todd talked to Jalen about staying in school. He's adamant about not wanting to be in school. We learned that he himself suffers from depression and has been in therapy for it and everything. And Taj just explains to him the pitfalls of the industry and how it will chew you up and spit you out. And when SWV broke up, Taj and Lily were just left behind to do whatever. Like, they had to literally start their lives all over again. And she talks about how she was working at like some type of office job, getting paid $9 an hour. Coco was Coco. She was the lead vocalist, so she was good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you do need more than one stream of income nowadays. And that's just for anybody, whether you're in the entertainment industry or not. Everybody needs more than one stream of revenue coming in, especially with the times and the days that we are living in. So I 100% agree with them that he needs to stay in school and get his degree. And if being actually at a school is the problem, why can't he just do classes online? I'm not understanding that. But I do agree that he needs to get some form of education or have a backup job, something going on. Tasha and Rocky sit down to sign her contract, and it's the first time I've seen this heifer smile this whole time she been on this show. I mean, she is giddy. We learned that she's going to be able to have her masters, and she's so excited about that. And I'm like, okay, good. You got the masters to these gospel records. But ain't nobody going to be trying to use no samples from nothing that Tasha doing, child. Cause I can't wait to see how this album gonna do with all of this negative press that she has garnered from this show. Cause I want to see who going to support her. Like, really. Cause ain't no way I wouldn't support her big toe if you paid me. So Rocky was like, so what does this mean for Xscape? And Tasha says that, there's been issues in the group for a long time and that the Lord has answered her prayers and she run into her solo deal. And you do that. Run all the way. Run, girl. I keep running up that road, running up that hill. Run. And I hope when you fall back down, like Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water, and when you tumble back down that hill, girl, I hope Xscape is not there for you to land on. Because you need to be taught a lesson, because you didn't learn your lesson from the first time around when you played the games and did the underhanded, sneaky mess that you was doing. And then when it failed and you had nothing else to fall back on, and you and Rocky were living with your mom and stealing money from your sister, and you was scrimping and surviving and begging Candy to come back to the group, you're going to end up right there again. Right there again. And I hope this time, and I don't even like to say stuff like this, but she needs to be taught a lesson, because her attitude, her disposition, her ways are nasty. Nasty. And she needs to be kicked out the group permanently. Ain't no coming back. We'll continue to tour and make money without you. Period. So we then see Xscape at rehearsals, and Tasha ain't there. Ain't called and said nothing to nobody. And they doing sound check. They find out that she won't even be there for sound check. So you didn't show up to rehearsal. You not showing up to sound check. And I guess you think you just gonna show up to the show, perform, and get a paycheck when we doing all the work. I think not. If you can't show up to rehearsals, you can't show up to sound check, you ain't performing. What, girl? What do I look like splitting this money equally, and you ain't doing what you supposed to do? And you lying and going behind our back, doing a solo deal? Girl, kick her out the dang gun group like Beyonce and them did Farrah. You don't really need your luggage right now. We can mail it to you. That's what they need to do to her. So Candy is pissed. And she was like, why do we always let her set the rules and put us on hold? She was like, I don't understand how y'all don't be upset about this. She treating us like she Gladys Knight and we the Pips. And Tamika in her confession was like, the old me would have been like, whoa, don't talk about my sister like that. But the grown me is like, Tasha is wrong and Candy is right. And even the old you should have been saying that. The old you, because you just can't do what you want to do and treat people any kind of way and not handle your business correctly and then want to be rewarded for it. Girl, get out of here. You and your pie face. Ooh, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. Oh, she make my neck hurt worse. Overall, I'm going to give tonight's episode of SWV and Xscape a B-. It was good. It's only how many more episodes? I think 2 more episodes left, and then we're done with this. This was cute and it was short and it was sweet. I would like to see another season with maybe just the Xscape girls or whatever. But this show has been very entertaining. It really honestly has. And it has really shed a light on who is the problem in this group. And we all see that it is Tasha. Y'all make sure y'all thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you all, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.